Hey guys, if you're watching this, that means I'm having a baby. So, in these few days that you're going to have with the sub, you're going to be working on labs. And specifically, you're going to be working on your internal assessments. So, the first thing I want you to do is finish whiteboard any previous assignment that we did last class. That could be anything for homework or something that we did in class. Two, I'd like you to reflect on your previous internal assessment. So what I need you to do is I need you to get a laptop or go to the lab, go onto Moodle, and you'll find the internal reflection document on Moodle. And I'd like you to fill that out. This is something that you're going to turn in. Basically, I need you to go into turnitin.com, take a look at the feedback that I've given you, and reflect upon what worked for you and what didn't. If you're running into any issues, I think it'd be a good idea for you to collaborate with people in your class. Try to figure out what's going on. Okay. So that's number two. That should take you some time. This should be substantial. I don't want you to just breeze through it. I want you to figure out how can you improve next time so that for the next internal assessment you can do better. Brings me to number three. At the end of the class, I would like to start your next internal assessment. And that meaning I'm going to show you the setup. I'm going to tell you the the dependent variable, and then you guys think about what you're going to do for independent variable and how you're going to set it up. This next lab is called the complex pendulum lab, and it will be only design and conclusion and evaluation. This means you do not have to do DCP for this lab. We will do one more DCP only lab later in the year. You got the big one out of the way with the cantilever, which is all of them. This next one will just be design, conclusion, evaluation. Okay? So that's all you need to turn in for this. All right, so I'm going to show you the setup. Okay, what I have here is a double pendulum. Notice that it's a rope or a string attached to the ceiling in one position, comes down. From that string, there's another string, a second string, hanging down with some sort of mass on the end. Okay, that one string continues all the way across until you reach another string, which goes down with another mass, and then the one string that goes across continues up to the ceiling again. Now, how you attach it to the ceiling is up to you. I think paper clips work real nice. So again, this is just one string hung from there, and then two strings hanging off of it, tied up off of it here, okay? And then the two masses there. I'm going to show you how this works. Okay, now what you're looking at, you displace one of the pendula you to watch this one. Notice how it goes back and forth, it swings back and forth, and then at a time stops, and then it begins to swing again, and then it stops. Okay. So the point of this is when the one that you did not displace, goes from rest to rest again, that's called one cycle. That's the time for that to happen is the super period of this pendulum. So it's called the super period. Okay, so your dependent variable is the super period of the non-displaced pendulum. That is your dependent variable. Okay. Now your independent variable is whatever you choose. However you want to modify this system. and I can't really advise you on what you want to do, but just know your dependent variable is the super period of the pendulum. I'll show you again what super period means. Displace, go. Watch this. Okay, so starts now. Watch the horizontal movement. Now. Now. Okay. Okay, so now that you have an idea of what we're going to do for the lab, you can ask the sub for what materials you'll have available to you. You have string, washers, anything that we have in the lab on the internal assessment cart that the sub has, you can use. If you want anything like LabQuest, you'll have to make a request for that to the sub, and they can go get that from the science storeroom. Anything else that you want to use, you can bring in from home, but basically your next class period will be collecting data on the complex pendulum and then working on it.